People say your entire life can change because of one moment, one decision, one simple choice. Arman never truly believed that, until the day it actually happened to him. It was a day that started like any other, yet ended in a way he could never have imagined. He didn't know that helping a crying stranger in the rain would cost him the most important opportunity of his life. And he definitely didn't know that the girl he stopped for was the daughter of the very man who was about to decide his future. Arman woke up before sunrise, nerves buzzing in his chest. This was the day he had dreamed of for months. The final interview at ZenixTech, one of the top companies in the entire region. Getting the job wasn't just about a career, it was about getting his family out of the quiet struggle they had lived in for years. He ironed his shirt twice to remove even the smallest wrinkle, styled his hair carefully, and checked his documents as if they were treasure. His mother peeked into his room with a soft smile, holding a small lunchbox she insisted he take. She had barely slept the night before because she stayed up sewing late orders. Yet she still woke early to make sure he was ready. She kissed his forehead and whispered, "Today is your day. Just be yourself." Arman nodded, though his heart pounded with both excitement and fear. He left his small apartment building and walked toward the bus stop while rehearsing answers under his breath. The sky was heavy with dark clouds, but he kept telling himself nothing could ruin his day. He had worked too hard to reach this point. Rejections, sleepless nights, preparing for months, none of it would go to waste. But fate never asks permission. As Arman hurried down the main road, he heard the first raindrops fall. Within seconds, the drizzle turned into a downpour. People ran for shelter. Cars honked. Shopkeepers rushed to cover their stands. Arman protected his documents under his jacket and kept walking fast. Only 10 minutes left before the bus arrived. Then he saw her. A girl, sitting on the wet sidewalk, desperately trying to gather dozens of papers being blown away by the wind. Her laptop bag had burst open, soaking the contents. She looked completely lost, her hair drenched, her clothes ruined, and her hands shaking. People stepped around her, annoyed by the rain, too busy to care. No one stopped. No one even looked at her long enough to notice she was crying. Arman looked at his watch. He had 7 minutes left. He took another step forward, ready to keep going. But then he heard a small, broken sob escape her lips, so quiet most people wouldn't have noticed. But Arman did. That sound tore through him. He knew too well what it felt like to struggle alone, to need help but be invisible to the world. His feet moved before his mind did. He ran toward her, ignoring the rain soaking his clothes. He knelt down and started picking up her papers one by one. Her eyes widened in surprise, then filled with tears again as she whispered, "I'm sorry. I don't know what to do, everything is ruined." Arman gently placed her papers inside his jacket so they wouldn't get wet. "It's okay. You're not alone now," he said. His voice was calm even though he felt his interview ticking away with every passing second. "My presentation, it's today. I worked on it all night. Now it's all destroyed," she cried. "What company?" Arman asked. She hesitated, her voice trembling. ZenixTech. Arman's heart dropped for a moment. The same company he was interviewing for. But he didn't let his expression change. Helping her mattered more right now. "We'll fix it. But first, let's get you dry," he said, shielding her with his umbrella as he guided her toward a cafe nearby. Inside, he bought her a hot chocolate even though he barely had money to spare. He handed her napkins and tried comforting her. She slowly stopped shaking, trying to force a small smile. "My name's Maya," she said quietly. I don't know how to thank you." "You don't have to," Arman answered with a sincere smile. But when he glanced at the wall clock, his blood froze. He had already missed the bus. His pulse raced as he rushed out of the cafe, leaving Maya confused and apologizing. He ran through the rain, tried getting a taxi, but traffic was gridlocked. By the time he reached ZenixTech, his hair and clothes were soaked, his shoes muddy, and he was 30 minutes late. The receptionist barely looked at him when she said the panel had moved on. No exceptions. Rules were rules. Arman tried explaining what had happened, but it didn't matter. He walked out slowly, the weight of disappointment pressing down on him. His dream job had slipped from his fingers. All because he chose to help someone he didn't even know. That night at dinner, Arman hardly spoke. His mother noticed immediately. He tried smiling, but the pain was too obvious. She gently took his hand and said, "Sometimes doing the right thing brings pain first, but blessings later. You'll see." He didn't really believe her. Not then. 3 days passed, each one duller than the last. Arman felt the rejection like a stone in his chest. He tried looking for other opportunities, but none felt right. His confidence was shaken. He wondered if he had made a mistake. If kindness had cost him too much this time. But life was quietly preparing something else. On the 5th morning, a black luxury car pulled up in front of his building. Arman stepped outside, confused, as a well-dressed driver approached him respectfully. "Mr. Arman? The CEO of ZenixTech requests your presence." Arman froze. "The CEO? Why? You'll understand once you arrive." The drive felt unreal. His heart pounded as they reached the company's main tower. Instead of the usual waiting area, he was escorted straight to the top floor. The CEO's private office. A room he had only seen in pictures. The door opened, and Arman's breath caught in his throat. Maya was standing inside. She looked different today, confident, composed, and smiling warmly. Beside her stood a tall man in a designer suit, radiating authority. Her father, the CEO. Arman couldn't speak for a moment. His throat tightened as Maya walked toward him. "I've been looking for you for days," she said softly. "I had your name wrong at first, but I finally found the cafe's CCTV footage." The CEO stepped forward. His voice was firm but respectful. "My daughter told me everything. How you helped her when no one else even stopped. And how you lost your interview because of it." Arman felt his heart racing. He didn't know if he was in trouble. He didn't know what any of this meant. "I wasn't expecting anything," Arman said quietly. "I just couldn't leave her like that." The CEO smiled, a rare, approving smile. "Integrity like yours is rare. Skills can be trained. Qualification can be earned. But character, true character, is priceless." Maya nodded eagerly. "Dad, show him." The CEO handed Arman a folder. His hands trembled as he opened it. A job offer. Not the entry-level position he interviewed for. A higher role. Almost double the salary. He stared at it, speechless, tears forming in his eyes as the CEO said, "You didn't lose the job, Arman. You earned a better one." Maya stepped beside him and added softly, "You changed my horrible day into something good. Now let us do the same for you." Arman's voice broke as he whispered, thank you so much." The CEO extended his hand. "Welcome to ZenixTech, Arman." The moment Arman shook his hand, he felt something inside him unlock, hope, relief, gratitude. As he walked out of the building later, sunlight finally broke through the clouds, warming his face. The world seemed brighter, kinder, full of possibilities again. He realized then that helping someone, even when it costs you something, never truly goes unrewarded. Life has a way of returning kindness in ways you never expect. He breathed deeply, smiling for the first time in days. Doing the right thing didn't ruin his life. It saved it.